A lot of people are asking me why I'm doing so good, how I'm doing it, and I just figured I'd put the answer on video for you guys so that I could tell everybody all in one breath. But the reason why I'm doing so good is because I'm doing simple things that most people are not willing to do because they don't think it's important, and it doesn't even cost hardly anything. It's incredible, or take a lot of time for that matter either. All I do is I read at least 10 pages of a good book every day. I take in 15 minutes of good audio every day, and depending on what I'm doing, if it's my business, I talk to new people every day and I follow up with them. If it's for my health, well, I work out every day, or it might take 1 or 2 days a week as rest, but I'm consistent with it. And whatever it is that you're trying to do, if it's something in business or something personal, relationships or fitness or whatever it is, you've got to be persistent. You got to read those books. And the audio is debatable in my opinion. I enjoy it, but you got to do something where you're feeding your brain with good stuff. It's the stuff that's going to be behind the attitude. It's going to be the stuff that's behind the willpower, the stuff that's behind everything that drives the actions, that produces the results, that shapes your life. It's not just attitude or willpower. If you depend on those two things, then by definition, you're volatile because those are very fickle subjects. But if you put the stuff behind those things, those fickle things, then you're going to be much more stable, and you're going to do those things that you need to do anyway, regardless of if you're having a bad day or a good day. You're going to do it anyway because you've got the right stuff in your brain. Now, when it comes to personal development books, that's probably my number one thing as to why I'm doing so good with what I'm doing. And a lot of other people who are very successful too, they read good self-help books. Now, the first thing that I ask somebody when they come to me and say, Tom, I'm not doing so good, I was wondering if you could give me some pointers. And I'll say, all right, well, how many books have you read? That's the first thing I ask, is how many books have you read? And it's usually, well, not very many. I never really took that personal development stuff seriously. I didn't think it was important. Well, that's the consequence. You've got to take that stuff seriously. Develop yourself. Read those good books. That's how I'm doing it, and that's how other successful people are doing it. They're reading those books. And to sort of prove that most people are not reading those good books, you can go to Amazon.com and pick up my two favorite, for example, The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson or Failing Forward by John C. Maxwell. Those are incredible books. You can develop $1 million mind with those books, which consequently can bring you $1 million in real life and great health and everything else that you wanted. You can get those books on Amazon for under $10 a piece. That's extremely cheap. You can invest in yourself for $10 and develop $1 million mindset. That's hot. The reason why they're so cheap is because most people, there's not a lot of demand for it. Most people don't think it's too important. Consequently, most people, most of you out there are not well off, especially in this economy. So that's my number one tip. Start reading those good books so you can stand on them and reach the things that are up in the high shelves where they put all the valuables in the stores. The more books you stand on, the higher up you can reach. And that's probably the best analogy I've heard by the late and great Jim Rohn. I hope that helps you out.